Questions? Any questions?
From
Yeah. Mantika.
So my tata garu, he said that the only reason we plow the fields is that's for the nutrients and the bottom of the earth can come to the top for the plant to grow. So does that have any significance to?
Yeah, the reason why we plow the land, normally when you are doing agriculture, there are so many bugs that live in the ground. There are bugs called grubs, cutworms, all kinds of things are there. So they, in the night time, they come and cut away the plants, eat the plants, and daytime they hide under the soil. So first of all, you want to kill all those plants. So when you really plow, till, and open up, a lot of them die, and a lot of the pests, they will go away like that. The second thing is, big problem when you have lots of water, like irrigation, the flood irrigation is done, soil compaction, soil becomes very compact. The roots will not be aerated to penetrate, and they will not receive oxygen. So that's the reason why you plow and aerate it a little bit. So when you aerate, there is better circulation of the nutrients. So that's the reason why we do it. But how do we plow our field? How do we plow our field? Can anybody think? Can anybody come up with how we are plowing the field with the halam? Any ideas?
discipline.
Yeah, but what are we doing in that process of plowing?
Introspection.
Yeah, we're reevaluating. We are reevaluating our bases. A lot of times we have a lot of biases, preconceived notions. So when we have a preconceived notion, oh, that person is bad. Somehow we don't know how it came to us, that person is bad. How? We never ask the preconceived notions. See, the only way that you can remove these preconceived notions, these biases, those are the weeds actually. How do you remove them? By re-evaluating your bases, your assumptions, basically. So you have to re-evaluate your assumptions. It happens when you grow up. Initially, you will inherit all the biases from the parents or from the society. And then as you are growing up, you have to re-evaluate them, all the assumptions. So that is one thing. But primarily to kill any pests, any weeds, or any of these things. They are all symbolic in the fields.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So this is a very, I feel like this is a very important question, because asuras think they're great, devas think they're great. So the basic fundamental problem here is, when I say, okay, we have to think positively, what is positive thinking? If we say, okay, I'm thinking negatively, what is negative thinking? How do we draw the line?
That's a good question. So some basic things are there. Negative thinking means you are thinking about others or the world situation to be bad. Let us say the world is all bad, it is all going into crumbles, the economy is going to completely collapse, nothing ever good happens, always bad things are good. This is negative thinking. And similarly, when you are over focusing on other people's mistakes, other people's weaknesses, that is negative thinking. When your future prospects are in doubt, you're always in conflict. No matter how hard I work, I will never be able to succeed. That is negative thinking. Like that there are, yeah?
So, like, adding to Sudhanti's question, so what if, like, the situation of the world is really that bad? So then would it be still negative thinking if we're saying the situation is this bad, you're just being truthful? Or would it be positive thinking if you're saying, oh, it's all candy and it's sweetness and everyone's dreams come true?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be just lying to yourself, not positive thinking?
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good question.
Can I?
Yeah.
So that you were saying like all candy, everything happy, right? I think I'd like to call that phenomenon toxic positivity, because as writers and as most philosophers have actually discovered, a utopia is practically impossible.
Yeah.
Kani ikkada main thing is, again piggybacking on what our beautiful girl asked. I don't want to utter your name. As you know, he also mentioned toxic positivity. For example, a person that is negative, Karna, in the Mahabharata context, but there are people who look at him in a very big positive light. They put like 1,000 watts bulb on him, put him under a very positive light, and keep on enhancing him, and they call themselves as positive thinkers, right? So that's where my question is, like, yes, okay, if I'm talking bad about someone, that's called negative. If I'm talking good about something, it's positive. Okay, that is actually on the outer shell, it looks good. But then totally giving a positive spin to a negative thing, which is exactly what's happening in this world around us. How do we protect ourselves from that kind of thinking? You know?
That's actually a very deep question. I'm talking about, did I use the word dhruti in this talk today? So that connects to dhruti. I will come to that question in the next one. But today, about positive thinking and negative thinking, I want to add one more thing. What is the problem with negative thinking? Of course, it drains away our vital energy. Why does it drain away our vital energy? Why can't it really charge us with the negativity?
Because nothing constructive happens through
No, to me, thinking itself, overthinking is a problem, whether it is positive or negative. The way that's how I feel. Like, even if it is a positive thinking, overthinking positive is also a draining energy, right? It's not about just negative, like for example, less daily life, right? Not even going to what is happening in the world. Somebody said, doctor said, brush 2 times a day, right? Brush 2 times a day. Everybody knows that. Now, if we start overthinking about it, that's a drain of energy for me, right? So I don't have to necessarily think about the external world, what is happening in the world. It may be a very day-to-day life thinking that if you, even if it is a positive thing, but if you overthink, it may drain energy.
Yeah. So there are two things here. One thing is, from the Karna perspective, there is dharma, and he perceives dharma as adharma, and also perceives adharma as dharma. What is righteous, he perceives that as wrong. And what is wrong, he kind of gives the color as right. When that happens, let us say gravity always makes things fall to the largest object. You drop something, it will go down. So now I will look at ulta at this in a dharma perspective. Things will go up. Then who is losing? Right? We are against the natural law, right? So negativity, number one, this type of negativity will put us against natural law. And other thing is, the negativity that I am talking about, that nothing works for me, the universe is not cooperating, the world will not work for my happiness, that type of negativity will breed a level of inaction within us. So things will stay out of our control. Even those things that we can keep in our control are gone now.
Correct.
But if things that were never in our control, if we try to take them into our control and call it positiveness, that will also act against us, because they are never our tools, right? So that is toxic over positivity that he was mentioning. And Karna's negativity is looking adharma as dharma and dharma as adharma. Righteous thing as wrong, wrong thing as righteousness. That will put us against the natural law, natural order. And there is yet another thing in negativity that drains is, that takes our controls and puts them outside us. So we will not be able to use our controls, our own controls properly if we have negative thinking. So negative thinking will act in so many ways, so many vicious ways. So
but how do we identify, if I'm looking at adharma and thinking it is dharma, how do I identify that I'm thinking in a wrong way?
That connects to the dhruti. So people who have dhruti is, as I said, the perception. Everybody has an idea about the world, their own idea about the world, and they have an idea of how they fit into this world, and they also have an idea of what their purpose is in this world, and this is called dharana or dhruti. So even if you go to sleep, come back up, this will not change. Even if you take anesthesia and go to sleep for several hours and come back, this will not change. Even if you go into coma for years and come back up, this will not change. This is the mode the person operates. And this is called dhruti. And the dhruti has 3 variations: sattvic dhruti, rajasic dhruti, tamasic dhruti. People with sattvic dhruti will know comprehensively and understand things clearly. People with rajasic dhruti will not have a comprehensive and clear understanding. They get confused very often. Like Arjuna. Arjuna got confused at the beginning of the battle. But people with tamasic dhruti, they will see completely everything upside down, completely in reverse, like Karna did. So you will not be able to change them immediately. It takes a long cultivation, years and years, sometimes even several births of cultivation. But one thing that we have to keep in mind, one thing will drive away all negativity, is that the universe is always willing to play with us in the way we want to play with it. You remember, like if you have a very young sibling, they are always willing to play with you. Whichever way you want to play, you say do this, they will come and play exactly the way you want to play with them. They will not complain. Of course, they will develop a little bit of a me and mine, and then they will start complaining. The universe is like childlike. It is willing to play with you in whichever way you want to play. You have negativity that you are putting inside, it will give negative results. If you are saying that I am useless, I am worthless, it will make you useless and worthless. If you think that I am so proud and so noble and all these things, it will take you to the heights and throw you off from there. So all those things will happen, because if you go high, you will of course fall down.
So if you say I'm proud, I'm noble, universe will not agree. Yes, you are proud and you are noble. It won't say that. It will throw us.
It will take us there and throw us from there.
Yes, you are proud and noble for a negative person.
Yeah. But if you really cultivate proper kind of nobility, proper kind of greatness, that proper kind of nobility, proper kind of greatness will be with you. So the other kind of proudish thing is, of course, people will go high, and eventually they will find themselves to be in a big problem. It's not the universe throwing them, they will throw themselves. Yeah. So basically, love the world and love the universe. And have positive thinking that it will reward for your hard work. If you do bad things, it will somehow, one way or the other, it will come back to you. If you try to take something more than you are entitled, sometimes people take much more than they entitled. They will go and get all the free stuff, they will try to go and grab everything, maximize their benefits and all that. The universe will balance out at some place. We have excessive fears about something, those fears will be manifested. So therefore, have a loving relationship, positive relationship with the world, with the community, with the world, with the universe. That's how it goes. And when you have that, you will feel strong.
So in the beginning of the class, you said that kshetra means another way that means plowing, or
Kshetra means field, but plowing is halyam. Halyam is plowing.
But kshetra is the field.
Is the field.
So the Kurukshetra Yuddham is like meaning of
Kurukshetra is the field of our activity. Kuru means do. Do this. So Kurukshetra means the field of our activity.
Yeah, because basically Arjuna and all the Pandavas in their army, they were defeating the Kauravas.
Yeah. And that's how it appears like. But Kurukshetra was a very ancient thing. But the actual meaning of Kurukshetra is your field of action. In your field of action, you can do good or you can do bad.
Kuru means karma, right?
Kuru means do.
Doing.
Yeah. Kuru means do.
So
you do this.
Kshetram.
So Kurukshetra is basically field of action. So within field of action, you can do good things, right things. What will you call that field? Dharma Kshetra. So where is Dharma Kshetra? It is in Kurukshetra. So Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta Yuyutsavaha. Yuyutsavaha means willing to fight. They wanted to fight. Who are assembled there? In the field of righteousness, Within the field of action, two groups assembled to fight. Who are those groups? Mamakaha, Pandavaschaiva. So there are two groups. One is Mamakas, the other is Pandavas. Who are Mamakas? Mamaka means me and mine. But the question is asked by Dhritarashtra saying that my people. Is that what he is asking? Mamaka means my people.
Yeah.
And then he separated his brother's children as Pandavas, as separate people. But if you look carefully the words, it says there are two things always fighting in this field of righteousness, in the field of action. One group is me and mine, the selfish tendencies. The other group is Pandavas. Pandavas means they're knowledge-based, wisdom-based tendencies. Who will win the war?
Obviously.
Wisdom-based ones will.
Yes.
If Pandavas, if Kauravas, Mamakas win, what happens? Adharma became victorious.
Yes.
That's a bad situation, right? So the fight is always between me and mine, the selfish tendencies, and the wise tendencies. And you have to work with the wise tendencies. Okay?
And Kedar means the land, right?
Kedar means, it is the cultivating land, a piece of land.
So is the land already cultivated or is it about to be cultivated?
A land that is well cultivated is Kedara. This
So
has
then-
been cultivated well
So
is
then
Kedara.
maybe the why Kedarnath got its name is that it's like the land that's cultivated, so it's maybe like very spiritual land.
Exactly, and he is the Lord, the Supreme Shiva, the auspicious one, is the owner
Of Kedarnath.
or the leader for this well cultivated land. That's why it's called Kedarnath. Exactly, you got the meaning. Hang on, okay? Om Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu Asmadgurubhyo Namaha.